Alright guys, welcome to another episode of FishingWithVance.com. We appreciate you guys taking the time and watching us here today. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little review on one of my favorite reels that I have, the Shimano Stradic CI4, and this is in the 3000 series size. So I got this reel at the beginning of the year, probably about 8 months ago now, and was looking to upgrade from some of the other reels that I had. Primarily had a Shimano Spirex with the rear drag. Really loved that reel, especially for its price point and everything that I asked it to do, it did. Was looking for something at that next level. And really with this particular guy, if you compare it to the Spirex, I probably jumped multiple levels. Probably got a little overhanded with going right to this guy, but I tell you what, I don't regret it at all. So let's take a look at this guy. A couple of the things that it's bringing to the table right away is that overall, this Stradic is tremendously light for the power and all the ratios that you get with it. What I did is that I put it on this Shimano Compre rod, which I really love. We're not really going to talk about this. We'll do another review on this for a separate video to really get into the nuts and the bolts about how much I love this rod. Back to the Stradic. Very lightweight, great balance with this particular rod, and I'm sure that you can get balance with some other rods, especially in the Fenwicks and in Loomis, a couple of the other lines as well. Very lightweight, gives tremendous balance back here. If you look at the specs, which Vance, our video editor, he'll put some of the specs up in the video here for you as far as what it's made out of, the actual weight, and things like that. And I'll go over a couple of them here with you. With it being so lightweight, you actually forget about how powerful that this particular reel is. It brings a lot to the table. We have the front drag up here, as you can see. Has a 6-to-1 gear ratio with 6 bearings in it. Very smooth. For the size of this, the actual amount of line that you can fit on here with that spool size is actually quite impressive, which we'll put that on here as well. But you can fit a ton of line on here, especially in that 8, 10, 12 pound category. Again, depending on what you have, you can fit a lot of line on there, even braid, which I did use earlier in the year. Very lightweight, very tough. This has a 20-pound drag on it, which you can really feel whenever you get that bigger fish, bigger bass. Holy shit. Etc. on there, which you wouldn't think that you would get with this guy being so lightweight. It almost feels like he's not on there. And you wouldn't think that that would be that big of a deal, but whenever you're out on the water, you're fishing 6, 8, 10, 12 hours. To me, that makes a heck of a difference as we go throughout the day. You're casting, you're reeling, you're casting, you're reeling, you're fighting fish. To me, that makes a heck of a difference. A couple of the other things that I really like about it, you can cast a country mile with this thing. You open up that bail, you let that lure go, and it's going to go forever and ever, especially just with the flip of a wrist. You can do some different casting styles with it. You know, you can pitch, obviously you can cast, you can run crankbaits on it very effectively. Never really had an issue at all. Never got, you know, big crow's nest or anything like that on here. Never had any issues. Very smooth whenever you retrieve. Brings in a lot of line, and we'll show those specs as well. And is very smooth overall with the operation. Has a nice big, what I call a paddle handle. I'm not sure if that is exactly what you call that, but it has a little bit of a different handle, and it has a great feel to it. Very lightweight as well, and doesn't, you know, cramp up your hand or anything like that, which again you wouldn't think would happen, but if you're out in the water long enough, you know, weird things do happen. So again, very lovely reel. Love this thing. Can't talk high enough about it. You would use this every day if I possibly could. So let's talk about maybe a couple of the drawbacks as far as review purposes. So with this, with it being a higher end, or at least what I would consider higher end, you got the price tag that comes along with it. So I paid $225 for this, which at the time I was lucky and I was fortunate enough to have the means to go ahead and buy it. I looked at a few different reels and tried to compare them and things like that. Was him hawing around, and finally I just said, let's go ahead, let's get that. We'll use and abuse it here for this year and hopefully years to come. And I'm not disappointed. I don't regret it. I know it was a ton of money, and not everybody has the ability to do that. And more importantly though, from an honesty standpoint, I don't regret spending it now with what it's been able to do for me for this particular summer. Caught many a bass. Vance will splice in some video clips of me hauling in some pretty good sized bass with this particular guy. Never having an issue with it. But that price point, obviously that's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. There's perhaps some other options out there, but for the time, I had the means, and I don't regret it. Really, the only other issue that I've had with it is with the handle, and you'll see this on spinning reels, no matter who makes them or the model, is that this got a little loose, and that was probably more due to operator error or myself than being a fault of the actual reel itself. Real quick adjustment, tighten it back up, and we were right back fishing again. No major issues. It didn't do it a lot. I would probably say over the course of 8 months, I'm going to say 4 or 5 times, maybe 6. So that's not a tremendous amount, especially again whenever you're fishing all day for 8-12 hours at a time. So we just wanted to take that time, share that with you with that Shimano Stradic. Again, couldn't be happier with it. Very smooth. You can cast a country mile. The drag on it is very easy to manipulate and is just flat out awesome. You get a lot of feel for that. Just a great reel overall. Again, the price tag is there. That's not going to be for everybody, and believe me, I know that. And but to me, overall, over the course of time now, it was definitely worth it. So please let us know if you guys have any of this. If you if you have one of these or maybe something that's similar, leave some comments down below. Let us know what you guys think. Hit that like button. We really appreciate that. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe if you can. Tell your friends, tell your family. And as always, we really appreciate you supporting us here at FishingWithVance.com. Everybody have a great holiday season. Fish on.